When I walk into the kitchen, you saw the look on my face. You saw the look on my heart to get out of this place. I seen something I've never seen before. When you put on the pineapple, we couldn't be friends anymore. Pineapple toast, go on pizza.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Newcastle Fans TV. It's me and Rob doing the generic preview for the game against Sheffield United on Thursday, which will be on Amazon. It'll be Amazon's first game of the Premier League. Well, not the first game, but the first week of games, it has to be said. Sheffield United versus Newcastle on Thursday. Amazon link will be in the description as well. You can get all the retro stuff as well. And plus you can get the Newcastle game against Sheffield United and the game against Manchester United for free. The free 30-day trial. I've done it, Kyle's done it, Rob's done it, and Lee in the last few days as well. So we're going to be able to watch the Sheffield United game on the way back, as we're all going to be there on Thursday night, and plus the game on Boxing Day as well. So yeah, loads of games on Amazon as well. But Rob, it's a generic preview for the game on Thursday. A very, very difficult game on paper. Sheffield United have exceeded expectations, it has to be said, this season, but you've got to give fantastic credit to Chris Wilder. He's been one of the best English managers in recent time with with the job that he's done at Sheffield United.
Yeah, they've stepped up big time, and I tell you what, the Blades have cut the mustard since coming up.
As Kyle leaves, I'll ask another question. No, let's talk about Chris Wilder. Rob, I think in 3 seasons he's only had one meaningless game. I think that was a stat that I managed to pull out the other day. What a job!
Defense. An excellent defence as well. It wasn't just a couple of weeks ago they had the joint best defence in the league. So that is they will prove a tough nut to crack. In terms of trying to get through to them. Our strikers, our front three have struggled scoring. One combined between the three of them this season. Combine that with their defence, it doesn't exactly look good.
Would you make any changes to that front three, likes of Almiron, saint-maximin, Joe Linton against Sheffield United? Would you bring in the likes of, say, Dwight Gale or Christian Atsu?
Yeah, I said on the radio show that I agree with the idea of bringing Gale in, because he must be reaching a point now where he must be thinking, what on earth have I got to do to get into this team? Because Joe Linton, he's just not performing. It's in his job description to score goals. Hasn't done so since August. So for me, Gale, it's a no-brainer. You got to bring him in, and there's no harm in trial and error, experimenting. It's a 2-game week, so I think we need to just have some sort of experiment on Thursday.
Would you make any other changes? Do you bring anybody else in, or would you keep the defence the same as it is? Would you keep the midfield the same as it is?
As much as the defence performed yesterday, you got to look towards Fabian Schär. He's got to come back if he's fit. That is. You really want him back, because although the back three, they did perform well yesterday, you want your best centre-backs in there. With Lascelles not being available for injury, you want Schär in there. Sean Longstaff as well coming in, but then the $1 million question would be, who do you drop him for? Shelvey or Hayden? That is a very difficult choice that Steve Bruce will have to make, but it's a good sort of selection headache.
Get your comments in. Would you bring Sean Longstaff back into this game? He's obviously not played since the Wolves game, since he was sent off. Or would you keep the combined two of Isaac Hayden and John Joe Shelvey? Obviously, Shelvey's the captain at the minute, while Lascelles is injured as well. Rob, Sheffield United have been absolutely brilliant recently. They haven't lost a Premier League game since September. And that was against Liverpool, of all teams, as well, who are flying high at the top of the league. Looks like they're probably going to win it this year. How do we break them down? Because you've talked about the defence, and midfield is very strong as well, and Moussa seems to be scoring goals. Have the likes of an Almiron or saint-maximin got to really show what they're made of? Because it's going to be tough. Yorkshire lads on a Thursday night, they're not going to give an inch, are they?
It's going to be tough. But I think one of the biggest assets of Almiron and saint-maximin is their pace. That's their biggest threat. That's something that I think Sheffield United's defence will be certainly deep ingrained into the back of their minds about Thursday. Who knows? That could be the turning point.
I think for sure. I think Moussa obviously is the man in form, and I think we're going to cross over to Lee now, and he'll tell you all about Sheffield United and how they've been doing exceptionally well under Chris Wilder. Lee, take it away.
Well, thank you very much, Johnny. Love the painting that you've been doing in the living room. Fantastic job. So my job is I'm going to take a look at the opposition on Thursday night. Sheffield United, after their fantastic draw with Wolves, are sitting in an incredible 7th position on 19 points for a newly promoted side. Chris Wilder's done some fantastic things down there at Bramall Lane. But Newcastle are only 3 points behind, and if the team could win on Thursday night, you have to say, if Chris Wilder's done a great job, has Steve Bruce done a great job if we win on Thursday night? The man I want to point out is a £10 million striker who, when I seen this transfer happen over the summer, I thought, Christ, you've wasted your money there. But to be credit to Mousse, 5 goals in 11 appearances. He's doing the business for him, and he is a real threat. Not the only threat, but he's the main threat for me going in this Thursday. Now, if we take a look at the formation against Wolves, Chris Wilder likes to play a wing-back system, so it's not often that Newcastle will match up like for like. McGoldrick's the old-style fashion forward where he'll take one for the team, bit of elbows, he's strong in the air, he will run the channels. Norwood likes to get on the ball and dictate it. Fleck, I think, is really underrated. Rangers fans absolutely loved him when he was up Ibrox. Also, Baldock and Stevens will bomb on and push forward. Basham, of course, is a Geordie who plays it at the back. Of course, it's a false position when Sheffield United have the ball. Basham will want to do well against his home side. Egan is actually keeping not just Phil Jagielka out of the side, but he's also keeping Kieran Clark out of the Irish starting 11. He's a danger from set pieces. Of course, Henderson, Manchester United on loan. So they do have some talented lads in this lineup. Now, if you look at the strengths, counter-attacks, coming back from losing positions, aerial duels, defending set pieces, and protecting the lead, they've got a lot more strengths than they do weaknesses, which you can see on the right-hand side. The style of play, they're not afraid to go long balls, get crosses in, go down the right, they play with width, and it's rare that Wilder will consistently change his first 11. Will he do it though, with it having 3 games in the space of 7 to 8 days? That's a possibility that might happen, not just for Newcastle, but also Sheffield United. If you look at the last 7 fixtures, I've obviously highlighted the Wolves one at the bottom. It's phenomenal, look at their form. Where's the defeat there? There is none. And they've played some big sides in Manchester United, Spurs, Arsenal. So yes, 3 of those clubs are into transition at the moment, but still, Chris Wilder's done an absolutely fantastic job. And I feel like Newcastle, unfortunately, will go down this Thursday. I think the Southampton one is where we'll bounce back. What about you, Johnny?
What do you think the score's going to be?
There's not going to be many goals in it, if at all. I do feel I am being really optimistic with a 1-1 draw, sadly. But on the other hand, I think it might be 2-1 to Sheffield United. It'll be one of those 2 score lines.
If I put you on the spot?
I'm not exactly, because I've been thinking about this for most of today as well. So yeah, I think it's gonna be one of those 2 score lines. We can get a point. The potential is there. I think a win is just too far out of reach for us. And then I think the best we can realistically hope for is a draw. Sheffield United, though, they are capable of just nicking it away from us.
I'm going to go 1-1. I'm going to overrule Rob on this one. Yeah, I think it'll be a tough game, but I think Newcastle are capable of getting a point at Bramall Lane on Thursday night. We'll be there, me and Rob, along with Lee and Paul Rutter. He'll be there as well with all his comments, and we'll do a few videos outside Bramall Lane on Thursday night. Get your comments in below. How do you think Newcastle are going to get on? Would you make any changes to the side that drew with Manchester City? We'll keep in mind that we do play Southampton next Sunday as well, so we've got 3 games in 8 days. Would you bring Gale in? Would you bring Atsu in for one of the wingers, or would you just keep it exactly the same? And get your predictions as well. Can Newcastle get anything at Sheffield United on Thursday night? And that's where we'll end this video. We'll hopefully see you at Sheffield on Thursday night. And if you can give us a like and a subscribe, that'd be fantastic. So thank you very much, and keep watching Newcastle Fans TV.
I seen something I've never seen before. When you put on the pineapple, we couldn't be friends anymore. Pineapple